Hey guys, I want you to look around for a minute and tell me what you see. When I was younger, I would have told you it looks like I see a bunch of dead trees. For two reasons. A, the English language just doesn't have words to describe what trees are like in the winter. They're not really going through hibernation, so we just say these trees are dead. And the second reason is I think that was maybe just my attitude in life back then. But we all know these trees aren't dead. In fact, when spring arrives, this entire area is going to be full in bloom with all these trees. Now, the reason I'm presenting this to you guys right now is because when I was 25 years old, I went through the most difficult thing in my life up to that point. I went through a breakup. It was my first breakup and kind of really my only substantial breakup ever. And I remember thinking at that point when I was 25 in April of 2015 that my life had peaked, that it was never going to be better than it had been. I was never going to be as happy as I had been. And every day to that point on was going to be a fraction of what my life had been previous to that. Well, I realize now that that's actually not the case. You know, when I look at these trees, I think it's a great metaphor because a lot of these trees, if they're in their first year of winter, they have no idea that in the springtime they're going to be in full bloom. If this is their first winter, all they know is that each day for the last several months it's been getting darker and colder and they've been losing their leaves. But the thing is, these trees are not dead. Now I'm filming this on December 20th, which means that winter solstice hasn't hit yet. That it's actually going to get darker and colder still yet for these trees before they turn things around in full bloom. But I think for us as Christians, the point is not to praise God when it's the springtime and summertime of our lives. It's to stay true to the Word, even when it feels like winter, and especially when it feels like our first winter. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." And I think those words really are true. Now, in continuing the metaphor of trees, just because these trees are going to be in bloom again doesn't mean that, all of a sudden things are going to turn around for us once we start following God. Your finances might not necessarily come back. Your health might not come back. Your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend might not come back. But that's not the point. The point is that once you have the faith in God, you realize that with every winter, there's a spring. This is Tom Hager from Athletes for God, and I will talk to you guys soon.